Park Road.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sandhills Global, Doane University, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Wingstop, Acres, High Electric, Eustis Body Shop, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, Roofing Service Company, Union Bank and Trust, Lincoln Financial Chiropractic, and DOT Highway Safety Office, Jimmy John's, Members Owned Credit Union, Nebraska Army National Guard, Hamilton Telecommunications, and the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainert.
That is right. We are back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena ahead of our 4-seed, 5-seed matchup. And this one has a little capital city flavor to it here in Class A. It's the 4-seeded 18-5 overall Lincoln North Star Gators going up against the number 5 seed, the Omaha Westview Wolverines, here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We've seen 3 real good games today. We saw Millard West take down Millard South in our first Class A quarterfinal matchup, and Millard West will now get the winner of this game on Friday at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Jay Foreman will join me in just a moment, but for now, let's talk a little bit more about the Lincoln North Star Gators, led by head coach Tommy Johnson. How about this for the Gators program? Tommy Johnson has been there 3 seasons, and all 3 years he's led them to the state tournament. They're winners of 10 of their last 11 games. But as I mentioned, it's their 3rd consecutive trip to state. It's their 3rd trip to state as a program in their history. And so all 3 appearances have been because of this coaching staff and this group of players. They lost in the second round 59-25 to Millard West last year. They lost 54-37 in the first round 2 years ago. So trying to get farther inch by inch year after year are Tommy Johnson's Gators. And they have some real talented players on their roster, and they can play a lot of them. They can play their starters like Sarah Gatwich, Annie Liu, or Kendall Anderson. But then you can also go to their second tier, second level of players in Joyce Johnson, Olivia Anderson. Even at times last week, we saw Brooke Plon come in for a little bit of reserve minutes off the bench. This North Star team is deep, and they are talented. For Omaha Westview, they hosted the A5 district, and they defeated South Sioux City 66-23 in the semifinal. However, they lost to the Millard South Patriots, the team we just saw in the district final. They were upset, and so they made the tournament via wild card points. And since the other top 4 seeds in Class A, they took care of their business, Westview able to get the number 5 seed because of those wild card points and eventually still punch their ticket to the state tournament. We are getting ready to go here between North Star and the Westview Wolverines. When we come back, Jay Foreman will join us. We will have starting lineups from Pinnacle Bank Arena ahead of our second of 4 Class A quarterfinal matchups today here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena ahead of game number 4 of the day. North Star and Omaha Westview. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman alongside as we get you ready for the starting lineups between Lincoln North Star and Omaha Westview. All right, let's get you rolling. Starting lineups first for the visitors on the scoreboard. The lower seed in this one, the number 5 seed, the Omaha Westview Wolverines, 21-4 record on the season, had been a top-ranked team for a good chunk of the year until they got upset in that district final in the A5 district to Millard South, 53-48 at home. They're going to start number 3, McCartan King, number 11, Stella Williams, number 12, Macy Kellner, number 22, Kalaya Catron, and number 32, Olivia Ross. Jay Foreman, I was talking about Lincoln North Star a moment ago. So deep, so talented, and the job that Tommy Johnson's done in his few years at the program, really, really impressive.
Yeah, he essentially, took the job and revamped not only his initial squad, obviously making state right away, but then the whole program, the whole identity of the women's basketball program. And now look at the fanfare that he's obviously brought with him and the things he does in the community. And I think the way you see his teams play is just a byproduct and a representation of him. They're tough kids. They're smart. They're disciplined. They play with a lot of energy and passion. And when you replace players after players and lose some players, I guess, through the portal per se, and keep it on rolling, it lets you know that Coach Johnson is here to stay.
For Lincoln North Star, similar 5 to what we saw last Friday in their district final victory at home that we actually had the call of on the ticket. North Star winners of 10 of their last 11 games. The one loss came in overtime to Millard North, a team that we're going to see after this one later on this evening by 1 point. They lost to Millard North in overtime, 45-44. I mentioned it just a few minutes ago. It's the Gators' 3rd consecutive trip to the state tournament. Haven't been able to get farther than the second round. We'll see if Tommy Johnson can do so here in 2025. Same starting 5 as last Friday for the Gators. Number 4, Sarah Gatwich. Number 11, Olivia Anderson. Number 14, Kendall Anderson. Number 15, Annie Liu. And number 22, the point guard, Joyce Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, it's a veteran group, but a very young group, athletic, tough, and they do multiple things. As we saw them in the district championship where, Nick, the ability to go deep into your bench early and often and overwhelm them not only with pressure, speed, execution, timely three-point shots by both Anderson, Olivia, and Kendall. They're not related, not sisters, but both of them play the same. And then Annie Liu was essentially burst on the scene in the first state tournament game 2023 and 24, the way she's grown. And then you also have Joyce Johnson, who is their main point guard, but then goes in offense and defensive rebounds and able to push the ball as well as Coach Johnson likes her to play.
Once again, the Gators and the Wolverines getting set to do battle. The Gators will be in their home white uniforms while the Westview Wolverines in their road blues. Black lettering and numbering for the Westview Wolverines. The visitors on the scoreboard, Westview 21-4 on the year. Lincoln North Star 18-5. As good crowd on hand here for our first game featuring a capital city team.
Right. Yeah. I mean, North Star. Look, they're dealing with the expectations now. I think the first year they surprised some people. Second year, it kind of cemented things. But now you're going to see what they can do under pressure. Westview, right, is dealing with, okay, they maybe have let themselves down at some point in time, had to deal with, had to get in on wild card points. Yeah. Have they recovered from the letdown, which was recently versus North Star, had the exclamation point of getting there and proving everybody right, including themselves.
Lincoln North Star wins the tip. It's corralled by Joyce Johnson, and we are underway here. Game 4 of 6 today here on the ticket is officially going. Joyce Johnson, left side for the Gators, has it to Kendall Anderson. She'll pop a three-pointer and drains it. Kendall Anderson right off the bat gets a 3 to fall. It's 3-0 Lincoln North Star.
Yeah, right there, we seen it right there. Kendall Anderson, who shot the lights out in the district championship, just right on the hot streak right there. A couple passes. Did you get that one, Nick?
I was wondering where your reach was.
I don't have that reach. The knucklehead next to me is in the way. But
okay.
But one thing, you kind of like Millard West, not the same height, but the experience, athletic ability, and length of this North Star unit with 4 young ladies, all of them 5'10", 5'11", and taller, with the multiple skill sets is a problem for any team.
Joyce Johnson passes now to Annie Lou. Lou to Olivia Anderson, now to Joyce Johnson. Johnson on the left side, just underway here. First quarter, Lincoln North Star with a 3-0 lead over Omaha Westview. Joyce Johnson looking around, buying time. 13 on the possession, hands it off to Annie Lou. Lou with it on the left side, drives on her defender. Layup in the lane is good.
Yeah, I mean, look, you hear about Gatwich, who's the all-time leading scorer, in North Star history. What do you got? You got Lou and Anderson starting to party off. This is what makes North Star so dangerous. They're able to play with energy, passion, and strength. Teams that like Westview haven't seen all year can really, really open this game up really early.
In the lane, a jumper on the way, just a tad strong offensive rebound for Westview. They'll get another crack at it. Three-pointer blocked by Gatwich, and Kendall Anderson collects the defensive rebound off the block shot. And here comes Joyce Johnson for the North Star Gators. Tommy Johnson looking on from across the sideline. 6:21 to play in the first quarter. 5-0 Lincoln North Star here early on in this Class A quarterfinal. The winner gets the defending state champion Millard West Wildcats, as Lou has it on the left side, drives on the defender, tries to get it down low, unable to get it completed and taken away. Here comes Katron. Katron, right side, top of the key now. Back to number 11, that is Stella Williams, now into the near corner. Shot fake, takes one dribble into the inside the perimeter. The jumper on the way from number 3, McCartan King, is no good, and Sarah Gatwich collected the miss.
The one thing about these North Star Gators, along with Westview, North Star seems to always play better down the stretch. So I think Tommy Johnson has a game plan each year. So, you know what, we'll take our lumps early, continue to, press our kids and improve, and then peak state tournament time.
Lincoln North Star turns it over. Here comes Westview in the lane. No good on the layup from the left side, as the official impeded my vision a little bit. But Kendall Anderson now on the left side, cross-court pass, Olivia Anderson. 5:21 to play first quarter. 3-ball on the way, Annie Lou, and it's 8-0.
Annie Lou and Anderson, I'm telling you, they are maybe not the Gesser twins, but they're just like they play a different game where they play a little bit more, I think the Gesser twins are more finesse. They have a little bit more kind of, regular modern-day game to them, but they can stretch the floor. And the one thing that they do, Nick, they play end-to-end. That means whoever gets the ball off the backboard, they are now leading the break, whether it's Johnson, whether it's both Andersons, whether it's Lou. This was makes North Star so problematic for teams. And more importantly, Coach Johnson hasn't had to go to his bench. We saw it in the district final, right?
Yeah.
Where early and often he went to the bench to overwhelm their opposition by speed, by just energy, just wear them out. And then the game blew wide open. And next thing you know, they're in their third straight state tournament appearance.
Your score, 5 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 8-0. Lincoln North Star out in front of Omaha Westview. The leading scorer for the Westview Wolverines is number 11, Stella Williams, averaging 11.5 points per game. And she has it on the far side, before she gives it back to Katron. Katron looking for help, gets it now to King. King, as the Wolverines trying to deal with the intensity that this Lincoln North Star defense poses. Down in the lane, Williams off the glass, underneath the backboard, it hit, and the defensive rebound goes to the hands of Gatwich, as Joyce Johnson will bring it now across the floor. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Joyce Johnson, entry pass down low, tipped away and taken away by number 22, that is. Just kidding, 23, Kaylin Bailey, as her right-handed layup attempt is no good. It's rejected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolverines.
Now, we saw this in the district final. Now, here comes the subs here. Here comes Kroll, and here comes number 21, Powell. This is where North Star has really grown over the last couple of years. They didn't have as deep as bench as far as skill set, and obviously no drop-off. when you bring in those two to give your 2-star players, Johnson and Gatwich, a breather, 3.5 minutes into the game, you know what's coming in now right there. Here goes Powell with a steal to Kroll. Annie Lou has it. Now you're playing on your heels the whole time.
Left-handed layup. Annie Lou gets it. It's 10-0. North Star quickly pushing the pace as Westview trying to hurry. They bounce it top of the key. Now to Catron. Catron with it. Thought about trying to pass it left side to Stella Williams. Unable to do so. Now Stella gets it. Three-pointer on the way. They need it. Can't get it. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Olivia Anderson and the Lincoln North Star Gators. So it's going to be Westview ball underneath their own bucket. We are over halfway through the first quarter, and Westview is still searching for their first points.
You know, that was a sneaky good play there by Olivia Anderson, whereas, like, she knew she couldn't get the rebound, so she just knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, great layup on the inbound pass. It was hauled in by Kaylin Bailey, and she's able to score, and it will be 10-2 now. Lincoln North Star out in front. How about this? North Star absolutely perfect so far from the field. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, 100% shooting from the field. They lead at 10-2 as Kendall Anderson tiptoeing that half-court line after she got the handoff from Alex Kroll, Anderson picks up her dribble, gives it to Annie Lou, back to Anderson. Anderson on the right side, 3:21 to play. Tipped pass, bodies on the floor. Kendall Anderson gets it back. Thought about popping the tray, decides to pass off to Olivia Anderson. Now Annie Lou shot fake. Great job defensively by Westview. 1 on the shot clock. There's the horn, and a great defensive possession by Omaha Westview.
Yeah, it's kind of a scramble. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a wild case of basketball, but really good job by Westview. Getting off the snide there by Bailey, making that good move to the basket. Then another defensive stop right there for Westview. Now it might be a case of, okay, you withstood the storm. Take a deep breath. Now try to go out here and knock into this 8-point lead that the Gators have.
Omaha Westview with the basketball as Catron has it top of the key, picks up her dribble, looking around, trying to get guys to move. She gets it back now on the right side, pass deflected, but it's hauled in as guess who, number 23, Kaylin Bailey, has 4 points now. It's 10-4.
A little bit of a old school Chicago Bulls triangle offense against that 1-3-1 half-court trap that the Gators have made famous. 2 back-to-back buckets there by Bailey.
In the lane, Annie Lou is called for the charge. A great job by number 22, Kalaya Catron, as she took the beating from Annie Lou. That's going to be Lou's first.
Yeah, you know what? A really good job. Good move there by Annie Lou. Really good job there by Catron stepping in there and taking the charge. She is going to have to take a break right now. But now look at right here. Here they come, Nick, right? Here comes Brooke Plain that we hadn't seen yet. Now here comes Johnson. Here comes Gatwich. When you talk about you're within 6 points, you're getting a little confidence.
Yeah.
Well, now here comes the two big dogs off the bench for the Gators, rested and ready to try to extend this lead.
Here is Westview. He gets it. They get trapped and they turn it over. They tried to throw it off of the leg of one of the Gator defenders, but it did not work. And so it's going to be a turnover for Westview going back in the way of the Gators.
What this 1-3-1 trap makes you do is pick up your dribble, 2 or 3 dribbles before you're used to. It makes you panic. And the length and the speed, the aggressiveness of all this whole team. They just went 10 deep, and they haven't even gotten out of the first quarter yet.
Here's Joyce Johnson, left side of the lane, takes the ball to the rim and finishes with the left hand. It's 12-4 Lincoln North Star with 2:08 to go in the first quarter. Here's Omaha Westview as they get double teamed. It's tried to throw it off the leg. It stays in bounds. Bodies on the floor. May have gotten away with the travel was Powell. Now Joyce Johnson with it. Hesitates. Reverse layup is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, you know, right there, that was panic. What this 1-3-1 trap does, Nick, and the way that Coach Johnson is strategically able to place players based on their skill set, then also the way that they execute it is they have length up top, speed and aggressiveness, but then the smarts and experience to make you do things that you normally don't want to do, right? So what they did is they made Bailey pick up her dribble right over half court, panic, tried to throw it off the leg of a defender, missed into a potential fast break. Now Johnson at the free throw line.
Johnson missed the first free throw. She misses both of them. 12-4, we stay at an 8-point differential as Omaha Westview has it. Stella Williams into the near corner. 3 ball blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. Alex Kroll blocked it. The shot attempt by Marion Henderson. As it goes out of bounds, it stays with Westview.
Yeah, when you think about this, look at Kroll and Johnson here. Now it's different body types, right? It's the speed that you use at the bottom of this 1-3-1 to eliminate the corner threes or any corner drives. And then you have the length and the aggressiveness of the twin and triple towers. Here come Gatwich on the fast break.
Gatwich on the left side, unable to connect, and a defensive rebound. Stella Williams pushing the pace. Bounce passes up the floor on the left side. Now back to Stella Williams for three from the top, and it air balls. 1:23 to play in the first quarter, and it's going to be Lincoln North Star ball.
A little bit of quick shot there by Stella Williams, but that's what Coach Tommy Johnson wants. Even if you stop them on their fast breaks, and look, Gatwich is a potentially all-state player, definitely all-city player. Even if she misses, they get back on defense and force you into a quick shot. They feel like there's size, strength, and speed and athletic ability. You'll get the rebound, or you'll shoot an air ball like that, and they'll have the possession back within 5 seconds.
1 minute, 13 seconds to go in a fast-moving first quarter. 12-4 is your score. Gatwich has it. Stoppage in play, and it's going to be a carry violation on Gatwich. So Sarah Gatwich turns it over. North Star still leads it 12-4, but Westside starting to hang around, slowly getting into a groove here as long as they can keep from turning over the basketball. On the far side, Henderson driving baseline, passes it through to the left wing. Williams, another try at a three, can't get it to go. An offensive rebound, and the ball handler, Macy Kellner, had a wide open look at a 2-point bucket, but decided to pass out of it. Now another chance at it offensively. Three ball, Henderson, way too strong. A third time's the charm for number 23, Kaylin Bailey. She'll go to the line to shoot one more.
Yeah, Kaylin Bailey has came to play. It hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Felt like she was open in secondary break, missed it, kept at it, shot a deep three, missed it. But what do you do when you try to follow your shot? She picked up an offensive rebound. Now she's at the free throw line for a 3-point play. All 6 of the points have been Bailey. That's what you have to do, Nick. You have to just stay in the fight. You can't, essentially win the game this early, but you can lose it if you aren't pretty steady mentally.
The free throw by Kaylin Bailey is good. And what if I told you that Kaylin Bailey has all 7 Westview points? Westview 0 for 7 from the 3-point line, while North Star 2 for 2 and shooting 83% from the field. But yet we just have a 5-point ball game. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Kendall Anderson with it. To Powell, 3-ball, way too strong. Offensive rebound fought for and won by Annie Liu of Lincoln North Star. To Joyce Johnson. The shot clock shows 13 seconds since that original shot did not hit the backboard, the rim. And Gatwich finishes with the right hand from the right side of the bucket, 14-7.
Really good job there by Joyce Johnson.
Here's Stella Williams with 6 on the game clock. To Bailey, the jumper. It rattles around the cylinder. And Kaylin Bailey in the first quarter has all 9 Westview points. Lincoln North Star leads it, though, 14-9 at the end of quarter number 1. Here in the Class A quarterfinal matchup at Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. It's the start of the second quarter. 14-9 is your score. Lincoln North Star out in front by just 5 points. And a steal on the inbound pass. Kendall Anderson does not have numbers. Now she tries to throw it up forward, and she's going to be fouled on the pass attempt by Stella Williams. And that will be foul number 1 on Stella Williams.
A little frustration there. Probably most likely what you and Austin will do after I start dicing you guys up for 20-plus points. But turnover to start the quarter is not the way Coach Jason Simmons wants to start.
Inbound pass, Kendall Anderson down low to Gatwich. Gatwich off the glass, can't get the layup to go. And I think she's going to want that one back as Kaylin Bailey hands it off. Now to Henderson, right side Williams. Williams back to number 3. This is McCartan King down low Now with it is Kellner. Kellner up top to Williams. Down low, Kaylin Bailey, and she's fouled from behind on the entry pass by Joyce Johnson. That's her first.
You know, the one thing is when you play this kind of half-court 1-3-1 trap is you got to be aware of picking up cheap fouls. We saw in the district final, Joyce Johnson got in a little bit of foul trouble, was able to recover in the second half. But if I'm Westview trying to make this game a lot tighter than North Star likes, I want to get them in foul trouble early in any quarter I can.
Omaha Westview, the Wolverines with the basketball. They get it to Henderson, now back to McCartan King. King gets bumped and fouled on the shot fake, and it will be a foul on Sarah Gatwich.
Yeah, Sarah Gatwich with probably a ticky-tack foul that obviously Coach Johnson doesn't want her to pick up that far away, not only from the basket, but only 36 seconds into the second quarter.
Sideline inbound here for Omaha Westview. They get it in, and now Williams has the top of the key. Stella Williams bounces it right side. Looking for it, working on Gatwich. Now back to Stella Williams near the logo. Entry pass to almost knocked away by Joyce Johnson. Johnson with a significant size disadvantage, working on Kaylin Bailey, who has all Westview's points. And a foul is away from the ball, and it's going to be called, I believe, on Olivia Anderson.
You know, really, when you think about what North Star is making Westview do, and what Westview has to understand is that even though they're not turning the ball over, they aren't advancing the ball towards the hoop. So everything is either getting it out of the corner because you're scared of a double team, or we're passing it back and forth to try to get past or through the potential double teams at the top of the key.
On the top of the ski now is McCartan King with it. 25 still on the shot clock after the fresh reset following the foul. And the pass down low, trying to get it into the arms of Kalaya Catron. Yep. It was way over the top of Catron. Catron listed at just 5'5", maybe on a good day.
That's probably not who you want underneath the hoop, but that's what that 1-3-1 half-court trap with the size and length does. You have to throw it over their size and the arm length, right, in their width, and then it's too high for a player of Catron's skill set.
Down low to Gatwich, and she's going to be fouled before attempting the shot. And that's what Gatwich's size can do, is just create a mismatch down low. 6:36 to go in the second quarter. It's 14-9. Lincoln North Star on top of Omaha Westview here as they have a baseline inbound underneath their own bucket. Kendall Anderson to inbound. They get it to Joyce Johnson. She got lost in the sauce. The three-point attempt, no good. And Westview comes away with the defensive rebound and is fouled. Kendall Anderson's going to be charged with this one.
Yeah, Kendall Anderson tried to, stop the potential fast break of Westview. Deep three by Johnson that preceded that, but ultimately Tommy Johnson feels comfortable with his young ladies being really, really aggressive because of the depth of the bench that he's not only has, but trained and developed throughout the season.
Cross-court pass now. Here is McCartan King to Catron, now into the far corner. Looking for help, back out to Catron. Top of the key, McCartan King with it. King, overhead pass to Catron. Pass fake right, goes in left. Now kicks it out. 3-ball on the way. Just rattles out, and Kendall Anderson will get the long rebound outside the perimeter. And she'll slow things down since she had a 1-on-3 break. Turn around, pop the three, and she can't connect. It's 14-9. Still here, Lincoln North Star searching for their first points in the second quarter. We're 5:52 left to play in the first half. King with it, bounces it right side to Catron. Catron looking around as the double team comes. Now to King. King guarded by Anderson and Liu. Back out to Catron. They've wasted about 15 seconds of this possession. Layup on the way. It's unable to go, and the rebound collected by Olivia Anderson. Joyce Johnson pushing the pace, working on Catron. Behind the back, spin move, kicks it out. Liu, 3-ball, got it.
Yeah, Liu is coming out to play. I mean, she's hit 2 threes and got 10 points, and she's been really the equalizer of any run that Westview was able to have. Really good job by Johnson getting deep into the paint and essentially a kick-out three to a really, really excellent three-point shooter of Liu's skill set. Now you're looking at right now, you force Westview to take a timeout. Westview feels like this, Nick, with Coach Jason Simmons. They've played well, and obviously it's been on the back of Bailey. So it's kind of false. Yeah. It's kind of a false sense of like we're in this game. It's been really one person has been able to get on the scoreboard. Nobody else has been able to score. But then when you go to a timeout, you take a timeout after a three right there, and you feel like you had a couple good defensive stops, some good shots at the basket. You look over at the scoreboard, you're down by 8 points. Yeah. You're down by 8 points, and there's 5 minutes left in the second quarter, right? And so one thing you have to see is the frustration level has to remain low. And this is a hard thing to do as a coach because you hear about North Star, you hear about Millard West, you hear about their size, speed, and obviously the length of their arms and their ability to go deep into their bench. When you face it in reality in this type of pressure situation, and Westview's a newer school, it starts to impact how you normally would go about it. And so what these young ladies have to do, led by Coach Simmons, is stick together and withstand this storm. The storm of Millard or of North Star does not let up. That's where it makes it hard to go against, is the unrelenting pressure and skill that makes most teams fold, a lot earlier than Westview has tonight.
So here's Omaha Westview. Stella Williams, the jumper from the corner, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound and the putback. Finally, Marion Henderson is able to get somebody other than Kaylin Bailey in the scoring column. It's 17-11 after the Westview 2-point bucket. Here's Joyce Johnson. As there's no call, I like the decision not to blow the whistle. Now Lou in the near corner. Back out Anderson. Wide open three. Just a tad strong. And Westview collects the miss.
Yeah, the one thing that's really, I guess, really good to watch about North Star is, essentially four-star players. They're all unselfish.
Yeah.
They're passing up legitimate shots to get their teammates better shots.
Here's Lou in the lane. Takes a tough tumble, and it's going to be
Another
a charge.
Wow. And Nick, one thing I felt like Lou did a good job of trying to slip past the potential charge.
Yeah.
Coach Johnson and the North Star Gator fan base don't like that call, but nevertheless, a really good job by number 22, Kayla Catron, her second charge that she's drawn against this North Star Gator. She's been, look, we're not even at halftime, Nick. She's taking a pretty good beat.
17-11 your score, 4:21 to play in the second quarter. As Stella Williams has it for Westview. Now Catron, top of the key, now bottom into the near corner, or far corner rather, to Kaylin Bailey. Now Catron near the logo, overhead pass. Can't get too lackadaisical with some of these passes if you're Westview, as now they throw it out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Gators.
Yeah, I think Williams probably would have liked that back, probably maybe tried to force a shot up there to try to get an and one. But sometimes against this pressure, you see things that aren't there yet, and then guess what happens? It's another turnover.
So 4:01 to play in the second quarter. Halfway through the second quarter of play as Alex Kroll now into the game, working on Catron. Joyce Johnson currently sitting on the bench for Lincoln North Star. As Annie Liu to Olivia Anderson. Anderson takes a couple of dribbles, kicks it back out to Liu. Liu holding it out, gets it to Olivia Anderson. Anderson, top of the key to Kroll. Kroll working on Catron. Back to Anderson. Anderson driving right side. One-handed pass out to Kroll. Kroll gets bumped, fouled, and that'll be the first personal on Mackenzie James here on Westview.
A little bit of aggressive foul, touch foul there. If I'm Coach Jason Simmons, I don't have any problem with that. The shot clock starts over, though, so that it was a deep into possession, so then therefore Westview got worn out a little bit. But I like the aggressive play. And also Westview is showing that they can go into their bench as well.
Yeah. Here's Olivia Anderson, the pass down low to Lou. She gets hit hard and fouled on the way up. Annie Liu will go to the line to shoot two shots.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was on. It could be on. It was probably on. It was on Williams. Excuse me. That was a pretty good play of a sidelines out of bounds, Nick. You got it in. You don't think that you're going to dump it into a player like Lou that has size advantage against Williams with Bailey backing her up. But it was a quick little pop pass without even looking. Good job by Lou keeping the ball above her head, potentially getting 2 free throws here. And I'm not going to talk about free throws.
Yeah, I'll say the first free throw is no good. Shocker. Jay said something about it, and they missed. 3:29 to go. When I shoot my threes, Nick, when I shoot my threes, you just got to be nowhere close.
But, Nick, we've watched.
Second free throw also
honestly,
no good.
Though,
that's crazy.
We've watched 3 games, right? Or called 3 games.
Yeah.
It's amazing that free throws are shot this bad, right?
Yeah. Here we go. Catron directly in front of us as it's going to be saved from going in the backcourt. Pass down low, taken away by Annie Liu. That is now 10 turnovers of the first half on Omaha Westview. Lincoln North Star not much better. They have 7 of their own. And here's another one. No, never mind. Just kidding. Kendall Anderson able to track it down. Gets it to Annie Liu. Less than 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. North Star leads at 17-11 over the Westview Wolverines. Annie Liu to Olivia Anderson. She drives baseline, tries to dump it off. Now that is the 8th turnover as they take it away. Westview in transition. Bailey draws the foul and will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, McKenna Powell did a really good job of getting back on defense. I'm sure Coach Johnson would have liked to seen her do a little bit kind of like what Westview player Kayla Catron did, really establish herself and potentially draw a charge against essentially the only offensive threat that Westview has came with tonight.
17-11 is your score. 2:43 to go in the second quarter. It's now 17-12 after Kaylin Bailey able to get her 10th point of the game. She's now 2 for 2 at the line, has one more coming.
And the reason why you'd like to have, potentially a charge against Bailey, I mean, she has been she is the only offensive threat Westview has had, but she's been flat out unstoppable underneath the hoop.
The second free throw rattles off the rim, and so Sarah Gatwich collects the miss for Lincoln North Star. Coming back the other way is Gatwich, wearing number 4 in white. Sarah Gatwich with it, kicks it out to Joyce Johnson, takes a screen, now passes it back to Gatwich. 2:26 to play in the second quarter. Gatwich with it on the left wing, looking around, trying to find some help to Powell. Powell spins, pivots to Joyce Johnson, top of the key. 6 on the play clock. Powell to Johnson. 3-ball corner. No. Halfway down, and it popped out of the rims here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Quickly, here comes number 4, Marion Henderson, back up. Now pass deflected. That's another turnover for Omaha Westview. Gatwich pushing the pace. Gets bumped. No whistle. And finally, a whistle comes, and Gatwich will go to the line to shoot 2 shots as Westview is in the bonus.
Yeah, what Lincoln North Star does is kind of makes you speed up a little bit, frustrate you a little bit, because right when you think you're making a move, here comes Gatwich with the steal. Katron wanted to go back and get the steal. You're not going to get a steal from a bigger, stronger, faster player 30 feet from the basket. Now you get Gatwich at the free throw line, making one, Nick. And the one thing about a really good player is they can sometimes get their confidence going at the free throw line. We know you can't, because you can't shoot. And neither can Austin.
How many free throws do you think I can make out of 10?
Honestly?
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Then that's being nice, just because it's our first day.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You asked me in a day or two.
We ain't tired of each other yet. Joyce Johnson, she gets
That's
it poked
debatable.
away, and a foul is called on number 4, Marion Henderson.
Debatable.
What? What's debatable? That foul?
No, well, I'm tired of you already.
Oh.
That's just standard.
Yeah. We see each other on a daily basis.
No, we don't.
1:45 to go in the second quarter. The first free throw, it is in for Joyce Johnson. 3 more subs come in for Lincoln North Star. And Joyce Johnson with 1 more free throw coming up. 1 minute, 45 seconds remain here in the second quarter as Johnson connects on both free throws. It's now 20-12. Offense, it started out as a pretty high explosive ball game, but now points coming at a little bit of a premium, especially if you're Omaha Westview, as they just committed their 12th turnover on an errant pass.
Unforced there. A little bit too much heat there from the 5'5" Kayla and Katron trying to get the ball underneath to Macy Kilner. It just didn't work out too well.
So Joyce Johnson has the basketball, guarded by Katron, coming up the floor. Now Johnson with 1:24 to play in the second quarter. 20-12 is your score. Johnson with it on the right side, gives it to Lou. Lou now in the near side that is Kendall Anderson, top of the key. Johnson will try her luck at a 3-pointer, and it drills in. 23-12, 1:07 to play in the second quarter. It's 23-12 Lincoln North Star as Katron picked up her dribble, looking for help, and now that's going to be another inaccurate pass and another turnover for Omaha Westview.
Jason Simmons is saying ball fake and bounce pass. One thing about it, the little bit of an elevator screen there called for Johnson, while Katron fell asleep, forced her probably to play a little bit faster to the turnover on the other end.
Johnson with it in the lane, spin move, looking for help, finds a cutting Gatwich, who's fouled hard from behind. Gatwich will go to the line to shoot 2. She missed the layup, but that's all right for North Star because she's going to the charity stripe. So Sarah Gatwich will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. North Star leads it 23-12 with 46.0 on the game clock. Here in the second quarter, the first free throw rattles around and out.
Is that miss on me or you?
It's on Sarah Gatwich.
You usually blame them all on me. I can shoulder it, though.
46 seconds to go, 23-12, the second free throw. That make is because of me. Sarah Gatwich just made that free throw. North Star has doubled up Omaha Westview 24-12. Now Catron, overhead pass, another one. And if you're Coach Simmons, they're going to say it was deflected. They didn't think it was deflected. Westview didn't even know it was deflected. And so now they're going to have somebody inbound the ball. Almost another turnover for Omaha Westview, but they get to hold on to possession. Catron now top of the key, left side, 3-ball on the way from the left wing, no good. Shot blocked from behind as Bailey gets her shot rejected by Gatwich. Up the floor, Anderson, layup, good. And we have a flop warning called on Kalaya Catron as that will go against the Westview Wolverines.
Yeah, I think. Well, she drew two charges. That one maybe was a little bit overzealous with the acting job with the flop warning. But I think the more important thing, even though you're down by 14, if I'm Coach Jason Simmons, I'm talking about our execution against this 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Less than 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Catron with it, top of the key. Now passes back. She has it now, left side, working, trying to figure it out. Gets it into the lane. Long two on the way. Missed it badly. Gatwich with the rebound. 2 on the game clock. She'll heave it at half court, and it's going to be no good. Your score at the break, Lincoln North Star 26 and the Omaha Westview Wolverines 12 here in the Class A quarterfinal matchup, with the winner facing Millard West on Friday afternoon. We'll step aside, come back in just a few minutes with our thoughts on the first half. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Attention! For the entire month of February, Acres has John Deere packaged oil and filters for 15% off. John Deere engineers its oil filters specifically for large ag equipment and commercial and residential mowers. With premium materials, these filters meet the unique demands of your farm and acreage. Following a strict maintenance routine with premium John Deere oil and filters ensures your equipment will run efficiently for years. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side, by your side.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena here in the break. At the half, your score, Lincoln North Star 26, Omaha Westview 12. And when you have it, Lincoln North Star has been able to shoot the ball real well here in this first half of action. 4 for 9 from beyond the three-point line, 9 of 16 from the field. The one area that you're probably wanting to clean up, well, I guess 2 areas. You had 8 turnovers in that first half, which is not great, but it's fine. It's doable. But then the free throws, you're 4 for 10 as a team from the charity stripe, Jay Foreman, where if you're Westview, you're sitting there saying, we're still in this. It's a 14-point ball game, yes, but you're still in it, down by 14, despite shooting 5 of 23 from the field and 0 for 9 from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, if I'm Westview, I like the aggressiveness of Bailey, who's obviously kept us in the game, with 10 points, and then obviously had another 2 by another teammate. But I think what we have to do is take a little bit of that energy in execution on defense, and then a few times that we had on offense, and really try to bottle that and hone it, and that's got to be our mantra for the second half. And what is that, you ask, right? Is not play into the positions on the court that North Star wants us to get us to.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the deep corner. Let's get out of right over half court. And then when we get a chance with quick passes, we not only have to attack that trapping zone, we need the backside players to dive and try to get easy shots, because what they're banking on is you shoot a shot that you're not comfortable shooting or that you can't execute, or it's early or really, really late in the shot clock, and you're not going to get a second chance opportunity because you're not putting any pressure on their backside defenders, let alone your backside offensive players. So if I'm Coach Jason Simmons, that's got to be, what we got to focus on, coming out of the second half. Now we got to play a little bit better defensively, but I think our defensive woes is just a byproduct of unforced errors. And look, North Star will turn you over and Westview will turn you over. Yeah. And that's just kind of what coming into the game. I think more importantly is the ones where we seen off from Kalaya Katron, that where you throw him over the height and length of the North Star defenders, and it goes over your Westview teammate.
Yeah.
Or the ones that where you think you're going to throw it to the corner and it ends up in the, press row. Those are the ones we need to eliminate, and then we got to continue to try to feature Bailey. If I'm Coach Jason Simmons, I'm finding ways to get the ball in Bailey's hands, both as a scorer or a person that can create almost every single time down the court.
Yeah, you look at North Star, and they've been able to be pretty balanced here. As when you look at it, Annie Lou leads the way with 10 points. Joyce Johnson has 7. Kendall Anderson, has 3 points. Gatwich with 4, and Olivia Anderson with 2. I mean, this is how North Star beats you, though, right? Like, yes, Annie Lou has the game high at 10 points, but ultimately, it's not that like Annie Lou's the only one that can hit a shot right now. You look at Kendall Anderson, you look at other players, Sarah Gatwich even, and they're going to be able to take care of their business here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's if you want to focus on Lou, both Andersons will get going.
Yeah.
If you want to focus on both Andersons, then Joyce Johnson can get going, and let alone the team or the program's all-time leading scorer hasn't gotten started yet, and that's what they did in the second half of district final. And let's not forget, Kroll, Pathon coming off the bench, Powell, they're all capable. We saw them actually extend the lead to where North Star felt comfortable in the district final. So don't think that and that's what makes them so dangerous this year. Is I think last year, I think it was more Gatwich and maybe Anderson, right?
Yeah.
But late in the state tournament, you saw Lou hit a couple shots. Well, I think you see a better version of Joyce Johnson. Then I think you see Anderson, who actually, kind of hit a couple big threes. She had a really good play where she really just knocked the ball out of bounds because it wasn't a loss of possession.
Yeah.
Then she came and made a really heady 2-point play. You got 8 players. If you just want to just take Pathon out of it, that can. Or if you want to take Brooke Plain out of it, you got 8 players that all can score double digits.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here before we get rolling with the second half on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman, back with you. 26-12 is your score at the start of the third quarter. That's all right.
That's what you're doing. I'm just
26 to 12. Your score at the start of the third quarter. Lincoln North Star.
These first 3 minutes, first 2, 3, 4 minutes are huge for Westview. And also, Nick, Bailey, who has 10 of their 12 points, is starting the second half on the bench.
So Joyce Johnson and North Star have the basketball to begin the third quarter of play. Annie Lou with it, has it on the perimeter, hands it off to Joyce Johnson. Now Johnson, left side, Olivia Anderson. Anderson hands it off to Anderson. Kendall Anderson, that is. Top of the key to Lou. Now right side, Joyce Johnson. 7:40 to go, third quarter. Down low, Lou, inside out game, Olivia Anderson. Great look for 3. Can't get it to go as it'll bounce out of bounds. Last touch on the shot by Lincoln North Star.
Yeah, I think Coach Johnson likes that, where everybody touched the ball on that possession, probably would have liked to make it. But a win for Westview and then also a win for North Star. And now here we turn around. Here we go. Anderson with the steal. A little bit of home.
What?
I won't say anything.
That's what I thought.
Kendall
Anderson
it was
gets
off of the
taken
Westview
away.
defender. North Star ball.
There it is. North Star basketball. Baseline inbound as Kendall Anderson looking around. She gets it up top to Gatwidge, and it's bounced off a foot of Omaha Westview into the hands of a Westview player. So now, Kalia Catron with it. Top of the key. Catron looking around, gets doubled, and it's taken away again by Gatwidge, and a foul is called on Kalia Catron, and that will be Catron's second personal foul. That's Catron's fourth turnover of the day as well.
And two of those have been unforced, so you're an unforced error. So you kind of will say, hey, that's on Kalia. But I think right there, one thing that Coach Jason Simmons needs her to do is not pick up your dribble, really attack the defense, come back, and so you can better evaluate, because of her lack of a size is hurting her right now when she's trying to pass the ball through that defense.
Olivia Anderson with it on the near corner, top of the key. Annie Liu with it. She drives left side, stops, kicks it out. Anderson, another three chance, got that one, and it's 29-12. Lincoln North Star with 6:40 to go.
Yeah, 2 threes by her, in this whole game, and that's one thing that she'll do. She missed the first one, right? And you knew she was going to miss another one. That wide open threes with this North Star Gators team is not going to bode well, and that's the difference between last year and this year as well. I think their outside shooting has allowed them to slash, or allowed them to create other opportunities that they weren't able to do last year.
Near the logo is Catron, right wing, now to Stella Williams inside, and the shot is foul, and a foul called by the official on the near side as McCartan King will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. That foul goes on Olivia Anderson.
Really good job there of Westview of getting it in and out of the Westview offensive player's hands, the King. So the defense of the North Star Gators couldn't collapse and obviously double team. And now she's at the free throw line, making one, Nick, but then obviously trying to make another one.
That's right. As McCartan King at the line, as the second free throw is no good, Gatwidge collects the miss. 29-13 is your score. Annie Liu with it, and she'll give it off to Joyce Johnson with 6:17 to play in the third quarter. Left side, it's Kendall Anderson now to Gatwidge. Finds Johnson. Great touch pass. Great touch pass from Joyce Johnson to Annie Liu, and it's going to be a 31-13 lead for Lincoln North Star.
Yeah, Westview tried to come a little bit of a 1-3-1 zone or trap zone against North Star. North Star just went right through it because they see it every day. But more importantly, what a no-look pass there from Johnson to Liu. Really, but like I said earlier, Nick, you have your 5 starters out there. If they were at any other high school, they would be obviously the lead player. And obviously Gatwidge is the leading scorer in program history. But they're all so unselfish. They're all so skillful, and they all play for each other, and they're very, very competitive. And they've seemed to gel at the right time, just like they did last year.
So Westview here on offense, 5:48 to play in the third quarter. McCartan King looking around, gets to Catron. Catron picks up her dribble, now passes over the top of the key. Here's Stella Williams for 3, and Stella Williams knocks down a big three-pointer.
Really good job there by Westview of moving the ball, right? They utilized the bounce pass that Coach Jason Simmons was asking for in the first half. Led to an open 3 by Williams. Great execution and a great shot by them.
Here's Johnson for Lincoln North Star. Spins around. Sarah Gatwidge overhead pass, and that one's taken away as going the other way. Here comes Stella Williams. Now she gets her pocket picked from behind by Joyce Johnson. Johnson brings it across the timeline. Down low pass. Now her pass intercepted. It looks like Jay and I are playing on NCAA 14 with how many interceptions there's going to be here the last 30 seconds of game time as there's another turnover. Annie Liu going the other way, one-on-one. She stops in the center of the lane, finds a trailing Olivia Anderson, and will slow things down as Johnson resets near the logo.
The 1-3-1 trap has really worked out for Westview, but the one thing about Westview or any team that's playing North Star is that even when you turn them over, they play with enough speed and get back on defense. They eliminate any opportunity for you to get a fast break, and they just turn you over again. Here comes Johnson trying to get an easy layup.
As Johnson reverse layup, she gets it to go after 6 consecutive possessions, 3 each with a turnover. And we have a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout charged to Omaha Westview. So we will step aside as well, 60 seconds, and we'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're halfway through the third quarter of action. It's 33-16 North Star with a 17-point advantage as Kalia Catron passes to McCartan King. King with it. Now into the near corner, taken away by Kendall Anderson, as that is turnover number 19 on the day for Omaha Westview through 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, the one thing that Westview will come back off of this game not thinking, hey, the game's closer than the score would indicate. When you turn the ball over 19 times, that's 19 possessions. You don't get the chance to shoot the ball,
Yeah.
but you also know that you play good defense, as we've seen right there by Marcaden King with a chance of getting 2 points, and she executes.
So McCartan King gets the layup to fall. It's 33-18 now as Lincoln North Star gets the basketball back with 3:47 to go in the third quarter. Annie Lou with it, crosses over left to right. Now Lou stops, tries to get it to Kendall Anderson. She gets poked from behind and is fouled by McCartan King.
Yeah, look a little bit of aggressive play there because of the pass from Anderson from Lou to Anderson was a little bit off target. And so this is right here where Coach Tom P. Johnson, with a 15-point lead, has got to emphasize the execution of their offense, right? Maybe bleed the shot clock a little bit, but then also maybe go to your secondary or third players to really loosen up this Westview defense.
Here's Alex Kroll, back to Lou. Lou looking around, gets it to Kendall Anderson on the right side. Now McKenna Powell with it in the far corner. Back to Anderson. Anderson to Lou. Lou on the left side. Takes a couple of dribbles, kicks it out. Kendall Anderson for three. Off back iron, and the rebound corralled by Omaha Westview, and a foul on the rebound attempt by Annie Lou.
Yeah, Annie Lou didn't like that call, but really good job of a defensive rebound by number 30, McKenna Rimpey from Westview. Chasing the long three shot by Annie Lou. Lou was probably a little bit of a frustration foul right there. Probably mattered or something. She didn't make that open three, but now she's back on defense.
Here's Rempe, pass to Stella Williams. Pass now in the near corner. Number one, this is Paige Myers with it. Myers lost the basketball. That's the 20th turnover of the game now for Omaha Westview as Annie Lou has it. Looking to give it to Olivia Anderson. She does. Anderson pass down low. Taken away by Rempe. Saved from going out of bounds by Rempe. Nice job by Paige Rempe. Up the floor we go with 2:52 to play in the third quarter. Westview, Rempe, top of the key, dribbling in, right side of the lane. She gets her pocket picked. Bodies on the floor. More bodies fall to the hardwood. And it's a jump ball, which will keep it with Omaha Westview.
You know, the one thing about North Star and Westview is that obviously North Star has turned over Westview over 20 times, but it seems like it's not going to stop. But they keep playing. Westview has turned over North Star more than obviously Coach Tommy Johnson would like. But the one thing both these teams do, and these both young ladies, they get a lot of credit for, they go back and they get it back because the mistake is not a death sentence. And so that's why you're able to see Westview compete all the way to the end and obviously get a little bit of a chink in the armor of this North Star Gators defense.
Rempe's three-point shot blocked by Gatwich. Gatwich running the floor in the left side. She misses the layup. The putback is good by Brooke Plain.
There goes Brooke Plain. We talked about her in the district championship and now in the state tournament. We saw her a little bit last year, right, when they knew that the loss to Miller West was inevitable. When your ninth player on your bench is coming off with the skill set of Brooke Plain, that's when you know you have a program where you've developed and gotten a lot of players better. And that's why North Star has made it 3 years in a row.
And on the inbound pass, the layup attempt by Westview is no good, but a foul is called. And number 4 for Omaha Westview, Marion Henderson, will go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, you know what? These are two teams that, probably replicate each other more than any two teams in the state tournament. But I think you're seeing a younger version of North Star in Westview versus a veteran, like a veteran team in the Gators. And that's the biggest difference. It's no difference than when we just saw Millard South against Millard West, right? A veteran team and a team with experience, state tournament experience, goes a long way.
As Omaha or Westview gets the miss off their own free throw, they have it back. McCartan King now top of the key. Paige Myers. Right side here is Rempe. Rempe bounces it to number 23. That was Kaylin Bailey. She lost the basketball. And back the other way we go with Lincoln North Star. The Gators, Alex Kroll with it. Almost lost the basketball for a moment. Now gets it back to Joyce Johnson near the logo. Johnson looking, trying to figure out what she wants to do with it. Now trying to work on Rempe. Johnson splits a double team. Looking around, gets this Gatwich. Gatwich in the lane, and that's going to be... We have one official that says a charge. We have the other official that says a shooting foul. They're going to call it a charge on Sarah Gatwich.
Yeah, that was there was a little bit of confusion there.
And they're asking about whose call it was, because one referee in that situation would have the lead, and they're going to say that it was a charge rather than a shooting foul. So 35-18 is your score.
And that was on Sarah Gatwich, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was. She got, the one thing about it, I don't think it was a really like run you over charge. I think she got caught up in the air, confused of whether she wanted to shoot it or pass it. And sometimes when you're air, you lose all your power and your decision-making ability.
And so we have a kickball, goes out of bounds, stays with Omaha Westview. 1:33 to go in the third quarter. 35-18 is your score. Game 4 of the day. Westview to inbound. They get it into Rempe. Rempe on the right side. Bounces it. Once again off the leg of Gatwich. It'll stay with Westview. Westview, Jay, if you're Omaha Westview sitting here, you're 1 of 11 from 3, 26% from the field. You're going to have to score the basketball. They turn it over again. It's more than just turning it over. It's even when they keep possession of the basketball, they struggle to be able to stay in. They struggle to be able to find the bottom of the net.
Yeah. But the one thing you also have to take into account is they have 18 points. The player with 10 points is sitting over the bench. Has been sitting down pretty much the whole third quarter. So your inside presence and your scoring presence is on the sideline. So when you talk about the inability to make threes, in some cases make free throws or make jump shots. Well, the one player that's made both shots underneath the hoop and mid-range and free throws is Bailey, and she's sitting over there right next to Coach Jason Simmons. So if I'm Westview, I'm trying to get some actions where I'm attacking the middle of the defense, kind of like Millard South we've seen against Millard West, and then we have to make quick decisions. But again, once we get into the lane, everybody can't stand around. We got to be looking to cut the score.
Joyce Johnson with the basketball, gets it out to Kroll. Alex Kroll working back out to Johnson. A little bit of a unique lineup here for Lincoln North Star, as both Johnson and Kroll on the floor at the same time. Annie Liu, Kendall Anderson, and Olivia Anderson are all on the bench at the same time for Tommy Johnson. The layup in the lane is good by number 11, Stella Williams.
Yeah, Stella Williams came alive a little bit in this third quarter, hit a three, and then obviously a backdoor cut there for an easy 2.
So now 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. 35-20 is your score. Joyce Johnson with the basketball across the timeline. Johnson splitting a couple defenders, looking for help, finds McKenna Powell. Now top of the key, Joyce Johnson has it. Shot clock is turned off. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Johnson beats her off the dribble, looking, tries to put up a tough shot, can't do so. Now Rempe with 3 seconds up the floor. A 3 ball by McCartan King at the horn. It falls, and Westview goes into the fourth quarter with maybe some momentum as they trail 35-23 to Lincoln North Star after 3 quarters of play in the Class A quarterfinal matchup. We'll step aside, come back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for the final 8 minutes of game time here on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side, by your side.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It's the start of the fourth quarter of action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Down low is North Star Annie Lou. Turnaround, can't get the layup to go. Defensive rebound corralled by Kalia Catron. And up the floor, here comes Westview. Down by 12, still within arm's reach. Inside, the turnaround, can't get it to fall. Annie Lou collects the miss for Lincoln North Star. Back the other way we go. Joyce Johnson up the floor to Sarah Gatwich. Gatwich in the lane, stops in the middle of 3 defenders. And we have a whistle and a timeout called by Tommy Johnson. It's just a 30-second timeout. So we'll go ahead and keep it here and tell you about our friends at the Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in a lifetime. Contact Chris Elgert to make the process as smooth as possible.
You know, the one thing right there, one thing that North Star does to teams like Westview or anybody else, the only team I think that obviously has experience and could withstand this type of pressure is Millard West. Now, we'll see, if North Star continues to pull through, and obviously Millard West plays them tomorrow. But they make you feel sometimes that you got to make every single shot, even though there's 7 minutes and 25 seconds left, and you're only down by 12 points, right? And we called enough games and seen enough basketball, both good and bad, that you can make up a 12-point deficit in a little bit over a minute.
Yeah, 7:25 to go. Inbound pass inside. Gatwich gets the 2 to fall, and it's back to a 14-point ball game. 37-23, North Star with the lead.
One thing that's rang apparent true in the last 2 games for Lincoln North Star Gators is that teams have focused solely on stopping Sarah Gatwich, right?
Yeah.
They know how explosive she can be as a 3-level scorer. So at times the offense doesn't look as fluid as we've seen earlier in the season. But the one thing Coach Johnson and staff has done is really let other players develop, go deeper into his bench, and allow other people's grow and to step up. That's where you got Anderson, you got Lou, you got Joyce Johnson, and then obviously you got the trio that comes off the bench, and they're really, really effective.
Top of the key, Kalia Catron with it. Top of the key. Now inside, kicks it out, and back to Catron it goes. 2-point bucket on the way. Can't get it to fall. She is going to be fouled on the rebound attempt as this one goes against Kendall Anderson. This is the second straight possession where Kendall Anderson's been called away from the ball for a personal foul, trying to scrap for the loose ball. And so she has to sub out now because that's number 4 on her.
Wow. I mean, that was kind of well, you know what? That was a good call.
On the right side, here's Omaha Westview. McCartan King, Stella Williams for 3. Stella Williams pulls Westview within 11. It's 37-26.
Yeah, when you think of, the last couple possessions for Westview, off of potential no calls down here against Joyce Johnson and a call right here, both have led to back-to-back threes there for Westview.
Annie Lou out to Olivia Anderson. Anderson back to Lou, finds a cutting Joyce Johnson. The pass was slightly behind her. She recovers, gets her own miss, and she'll be fouled in the lane by number 4, Marion Henderson. And that'll be Henderson's personal foul and the first team foul on the Westview Wolverines.
The one thing Joyce Johnson does, even though she's about 5'6", 5'7", is she really, really crashes the boards. And she can, especially on the defensive end, she can get a defensive rebound and then lead the break. But then offensively, she does a really good job of following her shot, giving the chance for more opportunities for North Star Gators.
The Gators inbound it to Sarah Gatwich, but it goes over her head, and that will then force a turnover. And Omaha Westview will get the basketball right back.
Yeah, the way that North Star Gators are playing right now got Coach Tommy Johnson up out of his seat, which normally doesn't happen. But I think he's going to rely on his defense right now to try to close out this game. Last 6 minutes.
Catron across the timeline to Stella Williams. 3-ball on the way from the corner. Watch out, as it is now a single-digit ball game. after the three-pointer by Kaylin Bailey. It's 37-29 with 6:01 to play in the fourth quarter, and it's a 30-second timeout by Omaha Westview. While we have a pause in the action, Members Owned Credit Union. Transfer a credit card or loan balance and get grade A service plus a bonus gift at membersowncu.org. All right, Jay, so here we have it. Annie Lou's been somewhat quiet in the second half. We know Kendall Anderson's on the bench with 4 fouls. Sarah Gatwich has been active but quiet the last couple of games that we've seen from her.
Right.
Where do you go? What do you do if you're North Star?
I put the ball in the hands of Joyce Johnson in Lou and Gatwich. I mean, look, my message here with the 8-point lead is like, listen, Westview's a good team, but we're a better team. Let's get back to what we did to get an almost 20-point lead. We got to execute, fundamentally sound. We don't need to be throwing the ball over Sarah Gatwich's head out of bounds. We don't have to rush our shots. And let's not forget, we feel we're the best defensive team in the state tournament.
Yeah. So North Star has the basketball after the Kaylin Bailey three-pointer drew it to within 8. Westview fans on their feet now as Gatwich has it left side pull-up jumper short. Offensive rebound, Lou. Great job by Annie Lou. She takes a tumble. It goes out of bounds. Westview basketball.
Yeah, it was a little bang-bang play there, and magically went off the North Star player's foot.
37-29 is your score. 5:43 to play in the fourth quarter as Westview has the basketball. Crossing the timeline is McCartan King. 5.5 to play, fourth quarter. The winner gets defending champion Millard West, as now North Star almost forces a steal. Bodies are on top of each other. McCartan King got toppled by Powell, and now they'll cross the timeline again. Stella Williams with the basketball, trailing by 8. In the lane, the layup good. It's a 6-point ball game, 37-31.
Stella Williams with a little bit of a hesitation, a.k.a. Akeem Olajuwon dream shake with the dipsy-do. Gets it down to within striking range in a 2-possession game here.
Here's Gatwich directly in front of us, handing it off to Joyce Johnson. Johnson on the left side. We're under 5 minutes to go in a 6-point ball game. The moment is magnifying for both sides as Olivia Anderson passes to Johnson. 12 on the possession, 37-31. The pass, Lou, 3-ball, misses. And the defensive glass cleared up by Kaylin Bailey. Up the floor, here comes McCartan King. Kendall Anderson about to check in with those 4 fouls. Katron gives it to Williams for 3 from the right wing. Bang! Wow. Stella Williams draws Omaha Westview within 3. It's 37-34 with 4:22 to play in the fourth quarter as Westview is on an 11-0 run in the last 2 minutes. And we have a pause, a jump ball, and Westview has the basketball after a jump ball forced by Kalaya Katron.
Yeah, a little bit of lackadaisical effort there by Sarah Gatwich with the ball. I thought she was dribbling over there to get a timeout. No timeout was called by Coach Tommy Johnson. Now they got to really, really crank up the intensity and dig this game up. 4 minutes left. We're in a barn burner, Nick.
Kendall Anderson is back in with those 4 personal fouls. Something to watch here. And also with a wrap over that left knee. 4:09 to play. Westview fans behind us on their feet. 37-34 your score. North Star out in front by just 3. They've seen a 14-point lead dwindle, and now we have a defensive foul charge to Sarah Gatwich.
Yeah, trying to get a jump ball to get the possession back to the North Star Gators. Called a touch foul there on Sarah Gatwich. But one thing is going to be interesting to see right here. Westview is starting to test the mettle of the North Star Gators. Let's see how they withstand this.
Katron to Stella Williams. Williams back to Katron. Back to Williams. Williams. Plenty of time in the possession to McCartan King. She's trapped, and we have a blocking foul charge to Sarah Gatwich.
And that is her 4th. Right? Yeah.
That will be the 4th on Sarah Gatwich.
That was her 5th.
Oh, that's correct. The 5th on Sarah Gatwich. Sarah Gatwich is going to be.
Is that her 5th?
The stats that we have shows 5.
Yeah.
That is her 5th. So that is Gatwich's 5th. She is out of the game, which means Brooke Plain will have to sub in.
Yeah, and you got to think, Westview, if you're talking to Coach Jason Simmons before the game, you're pretty excited. You fouled Gatwich out with 4 minutes left, and she only has 6 points. That's a win for them.
Westview inbounds it to McCartan King, trailing by 3. A fresh shot clock after the Gatwich foul. She is fouled out.
Right
now in a trap. Olivia Anderson gets out of it. Back the other way, and the pass is taken away. Kendall Anderson threw it to Westview. Coming from behind, Annie Lou forces the steal. Annie Lou and Tommy Johnson wants to talk things over. He calls a timeout. Need to slow things down, Jay Foreman. It's a full timeout.
Yeah.
3:32 to go. A 3-point ball game, and we'll be right back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
When you or a loved one hear
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Now back to the 2025 state basketball tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here we go, folks. Buckle up. It's 3:22 to play in the fourth quarter. Joyce Johnson has it left side 3 ball. No good for North Star. Rebound bounces out of bounds as that is Kaylin Bailey for Westview, unable to hold on to the basketball. It goes out of bounds, and North Star will get another crack at it.
Yeah, but the size and length of Brooke Plain, I think, caused both of the Westview defenders to kind of go for it, and obviously ultimately went off of Bailey there.
Anderson throws it in bounds to Lou. She goes up with it, and she is fouled. Annie Lou go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
I think she got clobbered there pretty hard in her face there. Old Detroit Pistons foul that I would do against you, but Annie Lou twisted her ankle a little bit. She needs to walk it off right there, Nick, because you know what happens? It's like getting hit with a baseball. You got to take your time a little bit before you step back into the batter's box.
Rub some dirt on it, Jay.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. 37-34, 2 free throws coming up for Annie Lou. The first, bang. 38-34.
You know, the one thing about this North Star team, as Powell comes in and Coach Tommy Johnson, he did not panic when Sarah Gatwich, fouled out. Obviously, probably a little disappointed. She's a senior and obviously all-time leading scorer. Like her to play better. But when you're able to lean on Annie Lou, on both the Andersons and obviously Johnson, you feel very comfortable with your lineup.
Annie Lou converts both free throws. It's a 5-point ball game. Katron, top of the key, McCartan King. King with it, holding the basketball above her head. She's getting bumped. No whistle by Powell. Now King fires the 3 from the top of the key. Just missed it. Good strong rebound by Kendall Anderson, and we have a foul called down low. I believe they're going to get Stella Williams on this one.
Yeah, good rebound there by Kendall Anderson, and a really good, strong rebound. And then the one thing she did that was really, really smart, Nick, she didn't start like flinging her elbows and get an offensive foul.
And that's number 5 on Stella Williams.
Ooh.
So Stella Williams is going to have to sub out of the ball game.
Yeah. You want to give she deserved a standing ovation. She got in the zone the second half after struggling a little bit, as the whole team did in the first half. Unfortunately, aggressive play. It could have been a jump ball, but nevertheless, it was called a contact foul.
So 39-34, North Star with the basketball, up by 5 with 2:44 to play in the fourth quarter. Annie Lou with it at the logo. Hesitates, crosses over, now right side Lou. Cross-court pass. Powell, 3-ball, corner, no good. And the rebound, Karams out to Henderson for Westview. Katron, back to Henderson. Back to Katron, bounces it far side, down low. McCartan King missed the wide open bunny. The putback is good for number 23, Kaylin Bailey, and she will go to the line to shoot one more.
But even bigger, Nick, Kendall Anderson, 5th foul.
That is right.
She is not fouled. Now, I will say this, Nick. Okay. I was at a district championship game.
Yeah.
The amount of fouls that are called in high-level basketball will not be talked about on this radio station.
There
but
you
it's
have
out
it.
there.
39-36.
But two-star players found out
We
in a
didn't
game
even talk
with
about
2
it.
minutes and
We
19
didn't talk
seconds.
about it. 3 if you count Stella Williams. Here you have it. The free throw miss. Katron gets the miss for Westview. Back up. 3 on the way. Can't convert. Offensive rebound again as Katron has it. Now to King. King cross court. Bailey 3-ball. No good. And the rebound fought for and an over the back call. Charge to McCartan King of Westview.
Good job there by Annie Lou of a good solid box out, and not just boxed out and stand there, box out and go for the basketball. Now this is time, actually, if I'm Coach Tommy Johnson, I might bring Kroll in as another ball handler, right? You got your 2 best ball handlers out, and you still have Johnson, you have Annie Lou. But when you think about it, you got Brooke playing in there. You don't really need any size because you have size everywhere else, and you have the rebounding ability of Johnson. I'd bring Ben Kroll to withstand this pressure. Westview has now switched to man-to-man as well.
Westview not the tallest of teams either, so
Right.
height's not necessarily a need right now if you're Lincoln North Star. It's going to be ball handling and free throw shooting when the time comes. Olivia Anderson with 6 on the shot clock. Joyce Johnson beats him off the dribble. A floater. It rattles home. What a play by Joyce Johnson to extend the lead to 5. It's 41-36 with 1:22 to play.
Cool, calm, and collective. Joyce Johnson just went right around that.
And now McCartan King gets fouled and bumped, and Brooke Plain comes up holding her right shoulder as she fell for the shot fake and then collided with McCartan King underneath her right armpit.
Yeah,
and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, she's hobbled a little bit. I think that she might even also bump knees with King. Kroll is coming in. And if I'm Coach Tommy Johnson, it's a lot like Millard West or games that, we saw with Alma against Superior, right? We have the lead. We have a 4-point lead, and obviously potentially could be 3. So now we have to make sure that we play possession game and then the free throw line game.
1 minute, 18 seconds to go. It's a 4-point ball game. McCartan King at the line with 1 more free throw coming up, and she drains it. The net didn't even move. It's 41-38 now, a 1-possession ball game.
Now checking into the game is Paige. Who is this?
Number 0 for Omaha Westview, Jayliana Williams. So here comes Alex Kroll.
Defense there because King is potentially in foul trouble.
Kroll to Joyce Johnson. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Class A quarterfinal as Annie Lou has it near the logo, guarded by Henderson. Lou still has the basketball, guarded by Henderson. 15 on the possession. They get it inside on the elbow to Joyce Johnson. Back out Lou. 3-ball. Got a hit. Annie Lou steps up to extend it to a 6-point lead. It's 44-38 after the Annie Lou 3-ball from the corner. And we have an Omaha Westview timeout.
Yeah, you know what? Annie Lou was ready for that. It was a little two-man game between Johnson and Lou. They've probably done that ever since they've been in 3rd or 4th grade. Lights out 3 from the corner. Now, if I'm Coach Johnson, I'm thinking no fouls. I want the clock to run, 46 seconds left. But then ultimately, Westview has 4 fouls. And so if anything on offense, when we're the North Star Gators, we want to get something going to the hoop. But more importantly, defensively, we don't want to give up a quick bucket.
Yeah.
Because Coach Jason Simmons is over there is thinking possessions. You're down by 6, right? So you're trying to extend this game and also get as many possessions as possible, considering the type of foul trouble the North Star Gators are in. Their two of their star players is out. They have, Lou has 3 fouls. So you want to try to attack Lou to get her in foul trouble so she's not as aggressive on offense. And so this is the whole, plethora of things that you have to cover as a coach and as a coaching staff in order for your team to execute down the stretch. You want to make sure to have them understand there is not a 6-point shot right now. We have the ball with 46 seconds left. We have a foul to give so we can get possibly another possession. You also have to make sure to understand that the jump ball possession goes to North Star. So if we're trying to get a possession, we're thinking or trying to cause a jump ball, we need to think about doing it twice because the second time we'll get the ball back. 45.9
seconds specifically on the game clock. 44-38 is your score. 44-38. Lincoln North Star up by 6. The right side, Katron. Katron inside Bailey. Bailey floater off the glass and in. It's good. As now Olivia Anderson is taking her time. The shot clock is dark, and they're going to have to foul Joyce Johnson, as Johnson and Katron just got into it a little after the play.
Yeah, 22
we'll have to watch that.
22 on 22 right there. A little bit of a little friendly nudge there, Nick. You know that?
There it is.
Yeah, a little friendly nudge. I nudge you back.
You're not watching the elbows after the play?
I thought we weren't allowed to say anything.
Well, I was repeating what the fan behind us said.
I would nudge you, though.
After the play?
And during the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Joyce Johnson, her free throw. No good.
Oh.
Jay Foreman must have said something.
I didn't.
Here it is. Joyce Johnson. Westview down by 4. Johnson for North Star with one more free throw coming up. And it's good. Absolutely perfect on the second one. 45-40. Here's Katron. Katron across the timeline, picks up her dribble. Now Henderson, 25 on the game clock. Katron splits the double. Pass fake. Now passes near corner. 3-ball. McCartan King can't get it to go. She gets her own miss. The layup, it falls. With 15 seconds on the game clock, we have a Westview full timeout, and we're going to step aside with them. 30 seconds, and we're back here at PBA.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here we go, Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert with you as Lincoln North Star trying to hold on and knock off Westview to advance to Friday afternoon's game against Millard West. The game to come, we'll have an extended break. The game to come at 6 p.m., number 2 Millard North against number 7 Omaha Westside. And then the nightcap at 7:45 p.m. will be Bellevue East and Bellevue West. That will conclude day 1 on a day that's, in my opinion, Jay, has gone pretty quick.
Yeah, it's gone pretty quick, but it's been really a lot of high-level basketball and a very, very competitive game.
Here we go, North Star to inbound. They're getting it in. They get it into Joyce Johnson, who's immediately fouled by Katron. Nope. And Joyce Johnson will go right back to the line to shoot 2 more shots.
Katron and Joyce Johnson just get a little familiar with each other, a little bit of elbow there. So Katron right now has 4 fouls. And so Katron has done a better job in the second half of breaking the press and handling the pressure. So she has to be aware if they score and North Star has the ball, she's probably going to have to end up fouling out of the game.
The free throw by Johnson, no good.
Okay, so all right, so you got a 3-point lead right now. You're thinking possessions right now. So, if I'm Tommy Johnson, we've discussed every single scenario, timeouts, what do we want to do, when do we want to do it for the rest of this game.
The second free throw is good. Johnson goes 1 for 2 at the line, and it's going to be a full timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here, though.
Yeah, and you know what, Nick? We saw this in the previous game, right? Where we're actually in the Superior game where they had to, Coach Ehlers had to burn all her timeouts to kind of keep the game close. And then when the game kind of got a little bit of momentum-wise out of hand, you didn't have any timeouts. Look at Westview. They don't have any timeouts. Coach Tommy Johnson always kept two timeouts in his back pocket, just burned one. So what he's talking about right now is significantly different than Coach Jason Simmons in the Westview. So what Coach Johnson is talking about right now, defensively, what do we want to do? No fouls on 3-point shots. And then everybody has to secure the rebounds, 2 hands, and get big, or they call it chin it, or whatever the catchphrase is you want to do with being a very, very strong rebounder. Now, offensively, for Westview, if I'm coaching Jason Simmons, obviously we know the Gators are going to come out in their 1-3-1 half-court trap to try to slow it down. We need to get a 1-2 quick passes into the lane, and everybody crashes the board, because if we don't make it, we need the offensive rebound. If we do make it, we're thinking foul. Okay, that's one thing. Who do we want to foul? Because if you make a 2-point shot and you're only up by 2, Do you foul Joyce Johnson because for the last 3 times she's went to the free throw line, she's made 1? It gives you a chance to tie the game on a 3. Or do you foul somebody that hasn't had a lot of shots? You could foul Powell. Now your scouting report tells you their free throw percentage, but you got to execute the first part before the second part.
Here we go. Westview up the floor. They get it to Bailey. Bailey in the lane, off the glass, way too strong. The defensive rebound to Lou, and they are going to foul with 3.9 on the game clock. And it appears that North Star will survive as Annie Lou goes down to the other end of the floor to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, they had it right there. They threw it over the top of that North Star Gators. They ran a little bit of a 1-2-2 full court man-to-man kind of soft press. Got it over the top. Had it in their best player or the player that scored the most tonight, Bailey's hand. She unfortunately missed it. In the North Star Gators, and they're able to survive. Now, that's one thing that Tommy Johnson is going to talk to about his team. We had almost a 20-point lead. Mm-hmm. You never relax in a state tournament. You never relax in a game. You have to finish, and so he's thinking about finishing. He's telling them no fouls right now, but if I'm Coach Jason Simmons, I'm trying to at least get one more shot, to try to get this game within a one-score game.
Here's the second free throw. Lou hits 1 of 2. It's 47-42. K-Tron with 3 seconds with 2. Half-court heave. There's the horn, and North Star advances. Lincoln North Star wins it 47-42 over the Omaha Westview Wolverines, and they set up a match Friday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. against defending state champion and number 1 overall seed, the Millard West Wildcats. Friday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. right here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Don't go anywhere. We'll step aside shortly, come back with final tallies and stat lines here from North Star's victory against the Westview Wolverines on 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your final score once again in the Class A quarterfinal matchup. Number 4 seed Lincoln North Star advances with a 47-42 victory over number 5 Omaha Westview. As the Wolverines fall, they committed 24 turnovers. North Star, if you would have come into the game and saying, okay, Coach Tommy Johnson, you're going to force 24 turnovers, how do you feel? You feel pretty good. However, North Star committed 20 of their own. Yeah. We're talking about a game that had 44 total turnovers. Sloppy basketball, right. But a win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win, and right now you're in tournament time, and it's win in advance. And so you just want to move on and adjust. You listen, these adjustments and Tommy Johnson's message after a win is received a lot clearer, and with a different type of acknowledgement after turning the ball over. But also you got to look at the positives, right? You're able to turn a team like Westview over 24 times. You're able to withstand a second half surge by Westview, and then you're able to have some players step up when you needed them most. You had your 2-star players sitting on the bench, one with 3.5 minutes left, one with 2.5 minutes left, and you didn't panic. Those are the things that I think that Tommy Johnson will lean upon, and then obviously tell his team that this is actually a really, really good victory considering all circumstances. Because most games, you're not going to have this amount of fouls for those type of players when you had that amount of lead. That way that Westview was able to come back is a one hot player in Williams, and then obviously free throw shooting. So if I'm Coach Johnson, I'm happy because I'm happy we won, and an ugly victory is better than an ugly loss. But then also you're able to survive in advance, as we see Gatwich and Anderson, 2-star players that fouled out, hugging each other, walking into the locker room saying, you know what, we're able to get through this one.
So one of the Class A state semifinals is officially set, and it will be Millard West against Lincoln North Star Friday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Now, the next semifinal to be decided is going to be, at least the matchup to be decided, will be the winner of our next game, Millard North and Omaha West Side. That one tips off at 6 p.m. they will play the winner of Bellevue East and Bellevue West. And as that is our nightcap at 7:45 p.m. But that for now, that'll do it for Jay Foreman and myself. We'll send it back to our ticket studios, 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln. Austin Orman and the guys back there ready to take us through a little bit of an extended break. But me and Jay will talk to you tonight, 6 p.m. from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Lincoln North Star survives 47-42 in an exciting Class A quarterfinal matchup right here from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest